Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about our second session about the cloud computing. We will talk about the benefits of using Amazon AWS for cloud computing. Also, I'm going to show you how to create the actual cloud resource in the Amazon environment. So we will go over a couple of things. Let's first review what are the benefits of elastic web scale computing. So Amazon AWS came up with this EC2 instance architecture. It provides many benefits, and it we are able to resolve so many business use cases using this Amazon EC2 instances or Amazon cloud computing architecture. Now, what is Amazon EC2? So Amazon EC2 is simply a elastic computer cloud. That's why we call it as a EC2 because it has elastic and then computer cloud. So the short form is Amazon EC2. It is nothing but just a web service that provides a secure as well as a resizable compute capacity. Now, when I say a web service architecture, what does that mean? Right? So, whenever we say a web service architecture, that means you can launch the cloud computer or a cloud instance through your website, through the web service APIs, through the REST APIs, through the C sharp code, through the Java code. You can just launch it at any time, right? Using this architecture. It is very much secure. So Amazon also support to multi-layer factor authentication, and we will cover this into a detail when we go look at the security lecture. Also, it's a resizable. Let's just take one use case. For example, if I have a compute need where I need 300 CPUs, right, and 600 GB RAM. Now, if I try to just purchase this hardware from outside company, first of all, it will take me, I need to have that much storage space. I need to first get that kind of a data center. Second, I need to also like pay for that much infrastructure. Third, whether I'm using it or not using it, my bill is still gonna be generated, right? So there are a lot of things that cloud computing is able to resolve right now. With the Amazon AWS, if my computing need is I need 300 virtual CPUs and 600 GB RAM, what I can do is just stand up a new, just get the AWS account and create a cluster and add as many nodes as you want during your computing time. Now, when you are done with computing, right, you can simply terminate or delete all the instances. Remember, Amazon charges, or Amazon or any cloud computing firm, they charge you based on the hourly usage only. So if I know that my computing job would be complete within 2 hours or 3 hours or maybe 10 hours, that means I'm just going to pay for that usage only. I will not pay for additional usage. You can just terminate everything after you are done with computing. And that's why we call it as a resizable architecture. That is a big benefit of using the cloud computing. Another advantage is Amazon EC2 also enables you to increase and decrease a capacity within a minutes. So, for example, if I have a 300 compute nodes or 300 computers, cloud computers or cloud instances, and after 1 hour I don't need any of them, I can easily terminate all the things and it will be all controlled through the web services APIs, as well as your application can also send the commands to that. Okay. That's benefit number one. Now, it supports the elastic web scale computing. That's what we just talked about. Second point is it is way too reliable as compared to your own computer. So, for example, if you have a data center and if you purchase a big size cluster with 300 nodes or 400 nodes, what will happen is you need to hire someone to manage that server or that virtual machines. Second, if the electricity goes down or if there is a natural disaster or maybe your server went down due to a virus attack or something, it will take some time to recover your computer or recover your server or to recover your cloud instances. Now with the Amazon EC2, it offers a reliable environment where instances can be replaced within a second's time frame. Okay. The services also runs onto the Amazon data center and they provide service level agreement of 99.95% availability. So that means if you purchase 300 computing or cloud computers from them, it will stay with Amazon data center and you don't need to worry about having your own data center. At the same time, you do not need to worry about where I'm going to host this data. It will be all in a cloud. Now, what is the benefit of that? Your data is secure, so you can take a backups very easy and it's all in cloud environment, right? So you don't need to worry about, hey, what will happen if my server goes down? Amazon is there to take care of that because they provide this kind of service level agreements. Okay. Um, let's talk about, so it is very reliable. Let's talk about the next point, that is it's easy to implement. Now when I say it's easy to implement, right, it just tells us one thing. If you log in into Amazon site, today we are going to create a simple cloud instance or cloud computer in Amazon AWS. So you guys will see the process, how simply we can just create any cloud computer within 5 minutes of time and you can even access it. Okay, so that's why it's very easy to implement. You can implement it through the APIs or web service APIs. You can use the Amazon console to implement it, or even if your application is using C Sharp or Java or any other programming language, you can still configure the instances through that. So that's the benefit of it. Now, let's talk about the next thing. Allow a scale capacity up and down. Now, what does that mean? Let's say I want to solve one puzzle that requires me at least 10,000 computing nodes for 2 hour time frame. So what Amazon does is, like, from their data center, they can have this much capacity and you will buy it from them. Once you are done with all the work, you can just terminate it or give them back. You will only pay for the usage. So that's why we say it is very easy to scale the capacity up or to scale the capacity down. That's the big benefit of Amazon EC2 instances. Okay. Next thing is it is completely controlled. When I say it's a completely controlled, what does that mean? First, you can terminate or you can restart or you can stop any instances through the Amazon console. Second, through the service APIs. Third, you can even use any programming language and simply use the service APIs to start, stop, and terminate the cloud computer or cloud instances or EC2 instances. So you have a full control of everything. You can also manage the security point. If I want to allow 5 users to access this remote computer, I can just add their access in through the APIs or through the Amazon console, and they have a control over that. Okay. Another benefit that Amazon EC2 instances or Amazon provide is the monitoring capability. If you are using 1000 nodes, you can configure something like a cloud watch or some other things, right? Monitoring thing. So that whenever CPU usage for your instance goes up, you can easily determine or take some actions onto that node. When I say you can take an action onto that node, it just means one thing. You can go to that mode and dynamically add additional CPU. If the memory is going up, you can dynamically add up additional memory to the running instances so that you can manage all your alerts that way. That's the big benefit of Amazon EC2. Now, why it does it make sense for us to move to this cloud computing environment? Right? There are a couple of reasons, especially for the big organizations. Just think about if you are working for one of the big organization where you are writing the analytics for a particular business. Okay, for that analytics you need to have some kind of a computing power. If you go to Amazon, they will provide you a computing power that you need. Once you are done, you can just delete everything. So that's the biggest benefit I see with going to this architecture. Okay. Now let's take a look at how to implement a sample EC2 instance. So today that's what we will do. We will log in into Amazon console and we will create a sample EC2 instance over there. Okay. Let's look at the few points that are required uh, to complete this task. What are the things you need to create a EC2 instance or create the S3 bucket or create the EMR cluster or create the Hortonworks cluster or create any other type of cluster or a node or cloud resources? You need to have first thing that's the Amazon account. And you can easily sign up if you guys go to aws.amazon.com. You can easily sign up for the service. What you have to do is, let me just start sharing my computer screen. Yeah. So what will happen? You guys simply go to sign into the console, and if you guys don't have the user ID, just pick up I am a new user. Okay, and then just click on sign in using our secure server. You need to provide your address, credit card information, uh, your city, state, zip, and they will perform verification as well. So make sure you guys put the correct phone number, because that is what very important thing. Okay, once you do that, we will we need to start creating the EC2 instance. So you will simply go to the EC2 dashboard, choose the Amazon machine images. Now these are the machine images that are configured right now, that are pre-built. For example, you will have a server 2012 image, you will have a Linux images, you will have a Red Hat images, you will have a Ubuntu instances. You can pick and choose the current AMI or Amazon machine image. You do have an option to create your own AMI, right? Once you do that, you will pick the instance type. I want, what are the types I want, and I will show you what are the different types of instances available as soon as we create this our EC2 instance. You need to pick up a security group, and then that's it. It just launched the instance. And if it is a Windows instance, you can use RDP session. If it is a Linux instance, then you can use the SSH client or SSH authentication to access your cloud computer, right? And even for Linux, you need to have a PuTTY installed in your computer to access that particular cloud resource. So these are some of the requirements in order to create the cloud resource. The first is AWS account, visit the EC2 dashboard, choose the AMI, Choose the instance type, security group, launch instance, and that's it. You can connect it remotely. So we'll look into the next video. Okay. Thank you, everyone.